The stage lights blaze, the crowd screams, and millions of voices chant one name, Jungkook. To the world, he's the golden magne of BTS, a flawless performer whose every move seems effortless. But behind the dazzling perfection, behind the streaming records and thunderous applause, there's a heartbeat that sometimes trembles. And tonight, he whispers something that no one expected to hear: "I'm only a human being." That line stopped fans in their tracks. Because for years, Jungkook has been more than human in the eyes of millions, a symbol of drive, talent, and untouchable grace. But what happens when the world's biggest pop idol admits he's just tired? When the most disciplined artist in K-pop confesses that the pressure to be perfect has begun to feel heavier than the fame itself, Jungkook's story begins long before the sold-out stadiums and Grammy stages. He was just a teenager when he left home, chasing a dream that most people never dare to follow. He trained for endless hours, practicing until his feet bled, learning to sing, dance, and smile all at once. Every performance was a test, every mistake a lesson. And when BTS finally exploded onto the global stage, that hard work seemed to have paid off. But success, as it turned out, came with a silent cost. In interviews, Jungkook has spoken about the endless cycle of rehearsals, promotions, and expectations, the unspoken rule that idols must always shine, even when they're breaking inside. The more famous he became, the smaller his private world grew. Cameras followed him everywhere, opinions about his every move flooded social media. "Being loved by millions is a blessing," he once said softly, "but sometimes, it feels like there's no space left just for me." It's easy to forget that behind the polished image of BTS's Jungkook is a young man who still gets nervous before stepping on stage, who worries about disappointing his fans, who wonders if he's doing enough. The perfection we see is not effortless, it's built on sleepless nights, relentless discipline, and quiet sacrifices that no one ever sees. And then came the moment that changed everything. During a late-night livestream, Jungkook shared what sounded almost like a confession. "I try to be strong," he said, his voice trembling slightly, "but sometimes the pressure feels too much. I'm just human." In that instant, the internet lit up not with judgment, but with understanding. Fans from around the world flooded timelines with messages of love and reassurance. Because maybe, what makes Jungkook truly special isn't that he's perfect, it's that he's real. That moment became a turning point not just for him, but for everyone who's ever struggled beneath the weight of expectations. In his vulnerability, Jungkook reminded the world that even global idols need room to breathe. He showed that strength isn't about never breaking, it's about being honest enough to admit when you do, and yet, he never stopped creating. His solo songs, raw, emotional, filled with longing, revealed a deeper side of his artistry. Tracks like "Still With You" and "Standing Next to You" carried echoes of that inner journey, the search for balance between being a superstar and being simply human. Through his music, Jungkook found healing, and in listening, so did millions of others. The more you listen, the more you realize that Jungkook's story isn't just about fame, it's about resilience. It's about the courage to stay authentic in a world that demands perfection. And maybe, that's why his words, "I'm only a human being," feel so powerful. Because behind every shining stage light, there's someone just trying to keep their own light alive. So, the next time you hear Jungkook's voice echoing through your headphones, remember this: behind every lyric, there's a story, behind every flawless performance, there's a heartbeat. And that heartbeat, fragile, honest, and human, is what truly connects him to all of us. If this story touched you, don't just scroll away. Take a moment to share it, to celebrate the humanity behind the music, and to remind someone else that it's okay to be imperfect. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing we can say is the simplest truth of all: I'm only human. Would you like me to tailor this for a YouTube voiceover format, with pacing cues, emotional beats, and keyword optimization for the video description and title? That could help maximize watch time and CTR.